And just to let Carly know, because I know how she likes to chat, we got to keep this under 8 hours.
Ah, dang it.
Let, Carly. Oh fuck! I think I have this playing in the background for some reason. Okay.
How could you?
Just making sure we start this one off good. So yeah, welcome to this podcast again. Today we're talking about Kingdoms and Castles. Initial release date July 20th, 2017. Developed and published by Lion Shield. Cost $10 or your regional equivalent. And the description is inspired by SimCity, Banished, and Stronghold. Kingdoms and Castles is a game about growing a kingdom from a tiny hamlet to a sprawling city and imposing castle. Yeah, it's a game about building up this little isometric town and getting lots of people and making sure they don't die. So yeah, we'll introduce ourselves, give our initial impressions of the game, and any relevant information. So we can just go left to right. So I think we'll start with Carly.
Oh, okay. Just say my name.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Carly.
What do you think about the game?
I enjoy city management games and resource management games. I've played City Skylines, Banished, and I don't know what else I mentioned on there, but I don't think I played the other one. I played 7 hours of Kingdoms and Castles. I think it's a pretty good casual city builder survival type of game. I like it. I mean, I can see where it's going, and
I know what you mean about keeping it under 8 hours.
You're fine, just keep going. He's just messing with you.
Yeah, it's way more professional than we've ever been.
Oh. Okay, well, I don't know. I think it's good.
All right, Mitch.
I'm Mitch again. I have about 15 hours in this game. I really like this game. It's quite fun. I do play. I wouldn't say I play them often, but I do really like Sims games, like simulation games. I've played a ton of SimCity 2000 and SimCity 4, and I've played some others that, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's a great one. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But yeah, I really like this game so far. It's really chill, relaxing, simple city management game.
I'm Nick. What I think of this game is it has potential to be better than what it is. I feel like there's a lot of things lacking. Basically, would say like it seems like someone just like made this game and had a bigger scope for this, but then halfway through just said fuck it and just polished what he had and then just shipped it out. Kind of what it feels like. Yeah.
All right. I'm Zach. Oddly enough, well, not oddly enough, but I definitely agree with Nick that this honestly kind of strikes me as like an early access game, but it's a full release.
Yeah.
I generally, well, I have played management games. I've played Roller Coaster Tycoon, City Skylines, but I don't play them a lot. And I really liked this game. I got very addicted to it. I played about 11 hours of it, and I kind of just played it a bunch, got to the end, and was like, oh, there's not a lot of end game stuff besides like getting more people, and then I kind of stopped playing. But from what I've heard about like what they're doing with updates and stuff, I can definitely see how this would be a really good game. And I think it's already a really fun game. It's like a very fun, casual city management game. And I'm definitely interested in seeing where this goes.
I definitely think if they continue to update, which they already have plans for more, I think it'll make it a lot better than it already is. I think it's a really fun city management game, and it's simple, which is also nice in some ways and not so nice in other ways. I like how you can pretty much just jump in without much explanation and kind of just get going. Like, it doesn't really require a ton of learning because it is that simple. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna build a house, and then I'm gonna build a farm, and then I'm gonna build a house, and then I'm gonna build a farm.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely.
there's definitely more to it than that, but that's kind of how the beginning starts, and then it gets a little bit more as you go. But I guess it's the same with most city games. Is a lot of it's all self-motivated. It's like, what do you want to do with your city? Because there really isn't a goal other than trying to get to high population counts.
Well, I think that's common for a lot of city management games. Is just no real goal. Just try to get as big as you possibly can without destroying yourself.
Yeah.
I definitely think with a lot of city management games, it's definitely about working your way towards like the end game stuff. And there are definitely tiers of stuff in this game. Like, you start out with just regular farms, and you kind of move your way up to orchards, and then you can build like different things to add bonuses to your farms, which I really liked. It really reminded me a little bit of Reyes.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing that.
Yeah, it's a fun game, and I like those kind of games where it's like, how can I get the most out of this limited space that I have?
That's definitely what this is doing, because your space is very tiny once you start to expand. Like, it seems pretty big when you start, and then once you get higher populations, like, you're like, oh crap, I have nowhere left to build. You run out of space pretty quickly, and it's like, okay, now time to really manage my resources. Like, let's start building those windmills to increase my food production a ton and stuff like that.
But they are updating the map size too.
Yes, that is true. Because they're gonna, in the new update, they're adding small, medium, and large. And small is going to be what the current size is, and so the medium and large are going to be a lot bigger, which would be nice.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that.
Well, I think that'll definitely improve the game because I felt like my first game I just like ran out of space so fast because I was just on like a couple islands. Like, there's so much water.
I'm playing this game right now where everything's all connected.
I'm playing another one. Apparently, you can just like type in some numbers in the generator thing, and it'll make one for you.
Oh,
So
really?
we could all play on the same seed. You can just like
really?
type one seed in, and we could all play the same one.
Yeah, I like how
Who
they
could do it better.
do that.
Yeah, I like that feature. It's nice to have when games use seeds to, like, so you can all use the same landscape generator. It's like, oh, this, if you find one that's really cool, share it with the community. I was looking through the Steam forums, and they have a post sticky that's like, oh, cool seeds that people find, just a list of them.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I looked through some of them before I picked my first or my second city. First city kind of sucked because I didn't know what I was doing. Oh yeah, I need to tell you guys this so when I made my first city, Zach knows this. I told him about it because he fixed my problem. I somehow missed that there was a forester. I didn't know. So, because the game doesn't really tell you anything, which is fine. It doesn't, and I don't think there's not a ton to it, so I didn't feel like there's a big deal. But somehow I just didn't read about the forester, and so I kept playing, and I was like, oh my god, getting wood in this game is so hard. I have to manually tell all these people to cut wood all the time, and I was getting kind of frustrated with the game at that time, just for a little bit. Like, I still really liked it, but I was just like, this is odd that this is the only way to get wood. I'm like, I'm gonna run out of wood soon. What the heck is going on? There isn't like a way to farm trees, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I was talking to Zach, and he's like, yeah, there's a thing called a forester, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What are you talking about? So I went back and I saw that there's a forester, and I was like, oh my god. Right away, I quit that city, made a new one, because I'd already clear cut the entire island with like a small little patch of wood left.
That's hilarious.
Well, foresters, I don't think even like produce that much wood anyhow, though.
They do. They produce +2 wood, like.
But like,
every...
you get more by just having people cut it for you.
Well, yeah, but the thing with the foresters, they just keep doing it. Yeah, they grow the trees and cut them down.
Do a little bit of both. It's perfect.
Do you not have foresters? You just clear cut everything?
No, I do have foresters, and I have the foresters just to plant the trees, and then I cut them down.
Oh, you're cutting them down by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, my foresters, especially once like my storage area got completely filled up, they just kind of kept planting trees until it was like a solid block of trees
Yeah.
that I couldn't build anything in. I'm like, that's kind of inconvenient.
Okay, can I talk about some UI stuff, I guess?
Absolutely
I
not.
don't know. Um, okay, so I play Banished, and Banished is like the extra hard version of this game, where winters actually kill you.
Okay.
Uh, and they've got features and stuff on there that I would like in this one, where like you just they have like a resource button, and you click on like chop down all trees, and then you just like click and drag all the trees that you want chopped down,
Oh, that'd be super nice.
instead of clicking individually each tree and then clicking chop, tree, chop, tree, chop, tree, chop. I hate that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of really tedious tasks that you
Yeah.
would have to do, and it just feels like I'm more managing my people to manage my city rather than me manage my city.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think this is missing some like core city management features. Like just
Yeah.
building roads. It's like, why isn't there a build drag road feature? Like that's been in SimCity 2000. It's probably in the first SimCity even. I don't know, but I didn't play that one. But like SimCity 2000 came out in 2000, and that one had a feature where you could click and drag your roads. And like, why can't I do that in this game? I hate having to manually place all my roads, and then also having to cut down the trees before I can tell it to put a road there. Like, why can't I drag over the trees and they'll cut the trees down and also plant the roads there? It's just like a tiny little
yeah.
thing, but it's like it should be there. Like almost every city management game has
Because
that.
like if you want to place a road through a forester, it is impossible because you'll cut down the tree, and then finally, as soon as you're done cutting down the tree, you'll
They
place a
plant a
road.
new one.
Yeah.
I know it happens so much. Oh, I don't know.
Did any of you have like serious problems with happiness in your city?
I kept on
I
getting,
didn't.
kept getting a problem where like they're angry about not having a library or a
Oh yeah.
church, even though like I look at it and it shows like the pink area of what it influences, and it's every house is covered. So I don't
If
know.
you even have one house that's outside of that range that you didn't realize, you'll keep getting that notification.
I might have missed that.
Because I know I had.
something, but it's like really annoying. It's just like it's 5 people. Like
I know. For
whatever.
at one point, in one of my second town, I built 2 little hovels off on an island, like way aways,
Why?
and because I was gonna start a new settlement, but then I ended up just not doing it, like just kind of separate, and then I just kept getting those notifications all the time, like you need to build them a church or a library. It's like fuck this, and I just demolished all their houses because I was just tired of getting those notifications.
You
for
evicted them
3
because
little
they weren't happy.
hovels. Yes, I evicted them.
You're
They had to move
horrible.
to they had to move to the city. They're not allowed to be rural house people.
Can't learn to be happy out there. You don't deserve.
One thing I'd say that you talking about happiness problems. I don't. This is kind of related to happiness problem because it does cause happiness. But I've had issues with food production quite often, where like you lose a lot of food to exposure because like it's left out in the fields, or like they can't get it to the granary in time, or like
That's when you just build more granaries.
or they always saying like, oh, they can't get it to the granary in time, or like they don't have good enough pathing, and I have like 20 granaries and I don't understand what's going on. And so I think things like that are just. I think there just isn't enough information in this game to
Okay.
help you solve problems.
Yes. There's a lot of like in City Skylines you can like check and see where the paths are that like ambulances take or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can like see why you could like click on the granary and be like, why is this path not working? And you can be like, oh well, it's because they have to walk through water or something. And so then you'll like remove that little piece and it'll be fine. So like they
Yeah.
need some kind of like pathing system.
I think what it is like they like SimCity and like City Skylines, I'm sure, have like the filters you can turn on. You can like go
Yeah.
through filters and like turn off buildings and like see, oh, where are the zones that I zoned, or like where are the roads, or where's the water pumps. And I think that's something this game needs slightly. like it's not super important, but like I want to know where my like you can click your water towers and it like kind of you can see it, but if you have tons of buildings, you can't really tell where your water towers are. Or if you click your churches and you can see like the happiness influence, you can kind of see it, but if you have so many buildings densely packed, it's hard to see where it's missing. And like if you could just turn off buildings for a sec, it'd be so much easier to see what's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely be nice if there was like some kind of because I know in certain management games like Factorio, there's like an option where you can like press Alt and it'll show like what every building is producing and like the effects on every building. And I think certain management aspects of that are like important to management games, but it's also important to kind of keep that kind of casual feel that this game has, because that's really what sets it apart from other games.
I definitely think that's where it's like this weird position where like I want this stuff coming from someone who likes city management games, but I kind of understand that it's not there because they want it to be a casual.
But you can still have that stuff there without it being a necessity.
Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more. It doesn't need everything we were talking about, but I do want some of it.
Like the tree thing and the road thing, like
those
little
things are
little
crazy
things
little things.
Yeah,
and like those are just like quality of life changes that would just make the game play better.
Yeah, like Terraria making you able to walk up one block. Like it seems like such a small thing, but it's such a big difference.
The same thing with Minecraft when they finally made it so you could just walk over one blocks without having to jump manually. It's such a huge. It's like a tiny thing, but it's also a huge thing.
The only good thing Microsoft has ever done.
I don't think Microsoft even did that.
Okay, yeah, Microsoft has never done anything good. Fuck Bill Gates.
I think you're going a little too far, man.
Yeah, I'm being a dick on purpose. I'm kind of sick.
I'd like to talk about the interesting aspect to this city management game. It's like the Viking attacks and dragon attacks.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that at all.
I think it's an interesting choice. It gives it a little something more to do and like look out for. But I kind of wish I knew like a heads up on the Vikings when they would come.
They do.
They do?
Whenever the exclamation mark comes up, if you check it every single time it comes up, sometimes it'll pop up under military and say we should prepare for Viking attacks. You don't have a ton of time to prepare, but you'll know they're going to be coming soon.
I see.
Yeah, this is.
I was not prepared for like how much came. Like I died instantly.
Yeah.
I think one thing with the Vikings is it's the number that come and attack you seem to be based on your population, and if you rapidly raise your population without raising your defenses, you will be completely messed up when they come. Because I know that just happened to me in my game this morning. As I started and I got to a population of about 100 really quickly. So when the first Viking attack came, I had nothing, and they completely overwhelmed me and burned almost everything down. And it was.
They're freaking me out.
It was not
I've
good.
got one archer tower right now, and I'm at 55 people.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, you won't like I don't know. I've like raised my people to like 400s before the Viking attack even happened.
I think it might be set on a set year, the first time at least.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, that's why I assumed at first, but
it seems like there's a trend that they come every certain number of years, but that I could just be making that
I like
up.
that they brought the dragon in and like freaked you out because they didn't tell you anything about it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's okay. They're not going to attack yet, but we should prepare."
Oh yeah,
I think the dragon is a smart idea because it doesn't really do a whole lot to your city.
No, it's kind of just burns a little bit, but then it's like, oh, maybe I should get it a little prepared.
It's like a natural
forces
disaster at like on SimCity or something.
Yeah.
It like really forces you to like build the towers and all that.
Make sure you have wells.
Yeah. And
wells. I've had a few times where I have not been putting enough wells in, and it's like, oh, I just burnt down a whole forest and all my farms are gone.
Do you guys play with the clouds on?
I do. I love the clouds.
Yeah, I do.
We gotta talk about the art style for a sec because this relates to clouds. Because The art style is very simplistic in this game, but I think it works very well for the simplicity of the style of the game. But dem clouds, man, they look so good. I don't know why, but I just love the clouds in this game so much.
I think it's the combination that they're just a bunch of squares put together, and they constantly just shrink and
Yeah, they just like
unshrink. And if you move your camera to over some clouds, it shrinks all the clouds in that vicinity. So it's kind of fun to play with.
I
No,
couldn't
it's just-
stand the clouds.
yeah, Carly turned the clouds
Okay,
off right away.
I love the clouds, and I wish that I could stand them because they're cool to look at. But I need to be able to see everything in my city.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm-
understand what you mean on that.
I'm
I-
looking at
I
her
kinda-
game right now, though. It looks so boring without the clouds. What were you gonna say, Zach? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I was just kind of agreeing with Carly. Like, I understand what she's saying about the clouds, but I like them. But it is annoying every once in a while where it's like I'm trying to look at this one building and there's a cloud in the way, and I'm like, fuck off. Like, I wish like the stuff, your buildings and stuff, you can like if you click on them, you can see them through the cloud or something. Like maybe it's just like an outline or something. I know they do that with some games. But yeah, the art style is I think it's a very effective art style. Like it's definitely an art style that's good for this kind of game. And while we're on kind of art style and aesthetic and stuff, I like the music for this. Like I was listening to a few of the songs right before the podcast because I couldn't really remember them, and they're good.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to use them in my D&D campaign now.
I feel like they do a good job of good ambience. That it's not like gets super annoying when they're on for a long time.
Yeah.
But they also fit the mood. I think they're very satisfying.
But yeah, the art style does work well with the music. It's just I don't know.
I feel like it's more
It's
like
nice.
just appropriate for the time period and whatnot. Definitely makes it feel like you're back like in the day, starting a fucking civilization, pretty much.
I remember those days
I remember being outside chopping wood. It sucked.
in the middle of winter with no home.
And some Vikings trying to fuck my shit up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you should say what you didn't like the people, Carly.
Oh
Don't-
yeah, I don't.
Like
Okay,
their
so-
art.
Yeah, I don't like the style of the people.
All right.
And I get that everything's all cubey and whatever, but if I zoom in, I do not want to see little peg people.
Like this.
Yeah, it's just there's no emotional connection to these people.
But you
they
can
have
click
a
on them, and
name
they've
on
got little things about them. So
And I don't care about that because obviously they can't eat. They have no mouth. They have no arms. They have nothing.
I want them to keep the art style, but have all the people just be hyper realistic,
Heck
just
yeah.
walking around.
Oh God, no! I
Okay.
think the people are really good. I don't.
Yeah,
completely
I
disagree
like
with
the people.
Carly.
Okay, so I am fine with little peg people if you're way up in the distant air. But if you like come up close, they should have like at least
no.
arms, at least hair. I don't know. They're all men.
They're not men. They're just blocks.
Ugh, I don't like it.
Like, do you think Theodeclus Terwilliger is a man?
Yeah.
I think that's a girl. What's this
Hey.
person?
They do have some pretty funny names, though.
Tulin. Tulin's a girl. I don't know. What's this guy's name? And Quinton. It's too. I think one thing I like that you can click on people, but it's too hard. Their hitboxes is so small and they move so fast.
Well, that's why you pause the game.
Oh, that's a good point. I never pause the game. I didn't think of that.
Speaking of which,
You're
like,
just trying to catch them.
Yes.
I'm glad you can like basically fast forward the game.
Oh yeah,
I pretty much always play on like the triple or double speed.
I do too.
I feel like the regular play speed is just like a little too slow.
I play it on regular when the Vikings are here.
Oh yes, definitely regular when Vikings come. Also, Vikings are coming soon for me. I'm totally fucked.
Good luck.
I think one thing I didn't really say because you brought up before, Nick, that the Vikings and the dragons, and I think it's cool that they have Vikings because they're not like just a natural disaster. They also kind of fit into the combat zone of like an RTS, but they're not really that either. It's somewhere like in between. And you can build armies, but they don't really. They're hard
I
to
do
control.
not like the armies.
Yeah, they're really annoying, and you have to like. The thing I really don't like about them is you can't like set them to auto attack like
Yes.
nearby enemies. You have to like click on the dude, which is really fucking annoying to do, and then you have to right click on like an enemy, and they'll go and fight that particular enemy, but just that particular enemy.
Yeah, and then once they're dead, then it's like they just stand there and watch everyone else get slaughtered.
Yeah, it would-
Yeah,
like
they're
a lot of
just
other management games, it's like have this person defend this area.
Yeah.
It's like why can't I do that?
Yeah, they're kind of dumb.
The combat is something I really hope they like do more
Improve on?
with.
Yeah, I think 'cause
um,
I think it's a unique thing that they have a city management, but also combat. And I think if they improve on the combat, it'll be interesting to see what that could lead to with more. I don't know.
yeah, totally.
Imagine if there was like multiplayer and you could like assault other people's villages.
Yeah,
Assault
that's what I was hoping when I first saw the trailer of this game.
That'd be so
Like,
cool.
there were multiplayer, but there isn't.
So like
Oh.
you build your own army.
Yeah, you just
Go
play the
ship 'em.
game normally, but you're with somebody else on a bigger map.
Yeah, this kind of goes into a topic that I kind of wanted to like save for the end, but we kind of discussed everything else we wanted to discuss, and it's like, what do you want them to like do more with this game? Like, what do you want them to expand upon? And me personally, I just want more like end game stuff to do, like really
What do you
big,
mean by endgame stuff?
like just really big, expensive stuff to build and work towards, like the military stuff. Like maybe there's some kind of building that you can build like an intelligence center, and it gives you like, oh, Vikings are possibly going to come from this direction, and it's going to be this many.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Maybe there's like more military units you can make. Like maybe you can build a stable and start like training knights, and they can run around faster.
Oh, could you imagine those blocky horses?
Yeah,
Harley would love them.
basically Minecraft horses.
Yeah,
How do you train a horse in Minecraft?
No idea.
I actually was taught that by like a 7-year-old girl when I worked at ID Tech. This is how you do it, and it's actually kind of complicated.
jeez. Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Something about endgame content or stuff you want them to add?
Yeah. Endgame content. Like right now, it really is like once you defend against the pirates and you have a big enough army, you got walls and towers and shit. Then it's just kind of like, what now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really expand more because if you're on like a small island or something. So yeah, I kind of like if other factions fought you.
That'd be pretty
Like
cool.
like if there was an AI, like a neighboring town that's building as well. Maybe do
That would be
trade
really
with them.
cool.
That
Could you
that
even,
is something
like,
that I,
trading with them or something, like trade resources.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say that the update is including merchants or something?
It's merchants and ports or something like that. But I don't think that's gonna include like, I don't know how the system's gonna work. They haven't really talked about it.
It probably just works like the market and all that. Just extra food income or something.
I think that the amount of people that you get is way too easy to get.
Like to increase your population.
Yeah,
Well, you're
'Cause-
comparing this to Banished, though.
yeah, I guess. Because Banished, it's like you hope that people come, and you like try to make it super nice for people to come and populate and everything, and hardly ever anyone ever comes to your place. And then here it's like 7 people just came to my city and wanted to live here for some reason, and like I can never make enough houses for them.
Well,
I do have to agree
pretty
with
sure
that.
they only. I'm pretty sure. I thought they only stayed when you have the houses built.
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah.
like I'm saying that there's constantly people that are available
Oh yeah.
to stay.
Yeah, it's like it's not difficult. Like
Yeah.
as long as you have a house, they're
You'll
gonna
get
move
people.
in.
yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
It's also tied to your the happiness level.
And
Oh,
food.
yeah.
Yeah, and food. And That's something else I kind of want them to add is like more problems. Like they've got plagues that you build hospitals to kind of mitigate. And I hope they add like more stuff, like different types of units that attack. I know they got like the kind of regular Vikings, and they also got the giants that attack. By the way, the giants like fuck shit up. Like they're really good against buildings.
Yeah, I just had a giant just show up on my shore, and I don't have any ballistas yet, so I'm kind of screwed.
But yeah, just like more problems, and maybe like when you get like a really big city, like there are like different tiers of problems.
Yeah.
That come with like having a really big city.
Yeah, I do think that would be a big improvement.
We need more problems in our lives.
Yeah, we need more shit going wrong. And yeah, maybe like the bigger your city gets, just generally the less happy people are, and that requires you to like build more things to make them happy. I know Endless Legend does this, like the more expansions. Yeah, like the more expansions you build on your city and the more people you have, the less happy people are, so the more like the more happiness generating buildings you need to make, which I think would be a good idea, because right now it's kind of just a handful of buildings like library, tavern, church.
Yeah, I think another thing that would be nice is just more diversity in the things we can build. Like right now we can like build like wheat farms and like an apple orchard. Like I want some more food options,
Like
and like
fish.
yeah, like we gotta put a fishery in there,
Hunting.
or yeah, hunting and forest. I don't know, just more farms, or just, and then through that, then also have more things other than bakeries. So have like a bakery, and then have like, I think in general, just take
More
everything
variety.
there and put a little bit more variety in. That doesn't need a ton more variety, just a little bit more.
Yeah, and I've only played one game, so I don't know like if this is really a thing, but like I think more environments would really help the game. Like right now I've kind of just got generic forests, and that's about it. I think having more environments and like different environments posing different challenges, and requiring like different buildings and stuff, like maybe in a desert there's like a special kind of well you need to make, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I want more of this game, and I think it's already a very good game for like being a $10 game. And I just feel like it can be a lot more. And from the possible updates, I think they are adding more of it, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Speaking about like more like stuff like that, and more variety in like buildings and stuff. I wish that they would also change up the map, like what's on there, and put like mountains to like really mess with like your planning.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
have
like different
tunnels.
environments.
Yeah, having swamps maybe, and yeah, like deserts. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be
Right now it's
interesting
just
to work
forest
something like
and Greenland, so
and even like the Greenland that is barren, you could just build an aqueduct, and then it's all good again.
Yeah, I think overall it's just too easy. Because like even if the Vikings come in and like fuck you up and stuff, it's like, well, yeah, okay, well, I still have all these people that want to come in and live. It's not that bad.
Are there different difficulty modes? Oh yeah,
There is-
are.
yeah.
There
There
is
are.
a hard mode, and there's also like a super easy mode.
Yeah, I need to play on the hard mode because
There's a it's interesting how they put it, a like no threat level, and then
Yeah,
an
you can-
easy,
you can
and then
play
a
the-
hard. There's no normal.
Yeah, this is true. There's no normal. Yeah, I think I haven't tried hard mode yet, but I really want to. Cause
I'm on hard mode now.
Oh, you might actually get fucked by Vikings then.
I hope so.
Oh. But it'll be interesting. I want to try out hard mode and see how that goes, because right now I do feel like if you're prepared and you have towers and walls, Vikings mean nothing.
Yeah.
Really.
Mhm.
If you're not prepared, they will literally slaughter everything, and you're gonna have a lot of problems. But the next time you probably won't have problems because you're gonna rebuild and put walls up.
yeah.
Um,
Do you guys have anything else?
Not
Play
really.
Banished.
No
Yeah,
thanks.
that's actually a reason I was happy that you were coming. Is I wanted like your input on comparing this game to Banished, because this definitely seems like a very casual kind of management game, and Banished does seem like the Dark Souls of city management games.
Oh my god, I finally figured out the good combination of starting on Banished, and finally got 50 people to live in my city, and I felt very accomplished.
Very accomplished. Not like this game where you can get 600 people easily.
Yeah.
I got one of my cities up to 2,600,
Jesus.
and
Yeah,
that
I
took
got-
a long time, but that was hard for this game.
I got mine up to like 1,000. I'm like, I'm good.
There's an achievement for 3,500 and 5,000.
Yeah, I saw that. My island is definitely not big enough for 5,000, so I'm like, well, I'll wait until I can do a bigger map.
Yeah, then that achievement. Well, they'll probably add new achievements for like 10,000 and 20,000.
Gross.
And I really like this game because I like casual games and I like management games. I think in order for them to go further is to have more variety.
Hey, the Badgers just did something cool. I can hear my parents cheering. For all of you sports fans out there, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, I do think that this game, as long as they keep to the core idea of being a casual city management game, but just improving what they have and adding a little bit more variety, I think it'll just keep getting better.
Yeah, because you don't really have too many casual management games. It's not really a genre that's you think of being casual, and I really appreciate that, because I am a very, very casual gamer. I don't like taking stuff seriously, and I really appreciate this game.
Yeah, I like games where all you have to do is use one hand.
Oh yeah, it's so nice. You can just use the mouse.
Yeah.
More games should do that.
One mouse FPS.
It's called
You could put all your, if you had a mouse with tons of programmable buttons, you could just play
you
with
just
the
have
mouse.
to keep double clicking to go forward or back.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. If anybody's actually watching this, the next game we plan on playing. What?
There actually is.
Oh really?
Yeah, it says. Although one of those people is me. I have it in the background because I want to see how long we've been going.
Well, to whoever is watching us, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and
Or
the next
listening.
game we have planned is Rainbow Six Siege. So that's the second AAA game we have, just because it was on sale and it was below $20, and we're doing it.
And
But
I think I'll be there too.
sweet. Are we done talking about Kingdoms and Castles?
Pretty much. There's not
Probably.
much else to talk
Yeah,
about.
I didn't expect it to go very long because
Overall, I think it's good.
yeah, it's a fun game.
It's good for the price.
It's fucking $10. Go out and buy it. It's cheaper than a movie. Stingy bastards. It was it on sale for the thing?
Yeah, I actually Carly got it for $8.
I think so.
Oh, so $2 off.
Yeah, it's $2 off, but it's not that big a difference.
Yeah, for a $10 game, it's a good game. It's a fun time if you like management games.
Especially if they're updating it still.
Yeah. If you like casual games, if you like management games, if you like city building games, because one of the things that I've kind of wanted to do, but I haven't really gotten around to, is you can make some cool looking stuff in this game, make some cool looking castles, but I just haven't really. I've just built a bunch of stuff around my starting area, and it's I don't want to deal with tearing all this shit down and rebuilding it. But I think that's something I could because I like building shit in Terraria and Minecraft, and
Yeah. Once it has a bigger maps, I will totally spend time to just make a really cool looking castle, and then just actually make it look like the town I want it to look like, and not worry so much about just how can I get 5,000 people in this map. I'm just gonna make a cool town. Like that's what I'm looking forward to with larger maps.
Yeah.
That's what's also nice about the no threat difficulty.
Yeah.
So you could just focus on your town, not worry about building it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Kingdoms and Castles. Tried out. Like, I find it kind of interesting because we vote on these games. I don't think there are going to be too many games that we actually like dislike. I think Rain World was like the one that we were like the most conflicted on.
Because we didn't really vote on that one, did we?
Nope.
No, you just were like, "Hey, Rain World, we're doing it."
Well, it's kind of how we started the whole discussion thing in the first place. So
Yeah.
Although now it's
like,
just
that
us
one
three
was like
and
the-
Carly.
one of the most people because like
'Cause it was the first game.
it was, and it was one of the longest ones because we had a lot to talk about because it's a pretty big game and it was pretty like
There's a lot to that game, and it's very different. There's not many other games
Yeah.
like it.
it's a really unique game, which is why I'm really glad we played it. But yeah, it seems like we're done talking about Kingdoms and Castles. It's a good game. It's on Steam for $10. Go pick it up.
Worth it.
We've been the video game book club, unlike that other video game book club, which isn't a video game book club. Fuck you guys. starting beef.
Don't start a war.
Nah.
They won't even know we
Are
exist.
you
It's fine.
kidding? I'm like too lazy to do anything, let alone like argue with people. But yeah, I'll take us offline before we say any more.
Goodbye.